A sleepy coastal town, where the crashing waves lulled the residents into a sense of tranquility, there lived a woman named Grace. Grace was known for her quiet demeanor and her love for the ocean, spending hours walking along the shore, lost in her thoughts. One crisp autumn morning, Grace found herself drawn to a secluded stretch of beach, where the sand seemed to glisten in the early morning light. As she walked, the weight of her aloneness settled upon her shoulders like a heavy blanket, suffocating her with its presence. Seeking solace, Grace sat down on a weathered driftwood log, watching as the waves danced along the shoreline. It was then that she noticed the curious behavior of a flock of seagulls, their squawks filling the air as they feasted on scraps left behind by fishermen. Intrigued by the birds' antics, Grace felt a spark of curiosity ignite within her. With hesitant steps, she approached the flock, offering them small pieces of bread she had brought with her. To her surprise, the seagulls accepted her offerings eagerly, their beady eyes gleaming with gratitude. As Grace continued to feed the birds, she felt the weight of her aloneness begin to lift, replaced by a sense of connection to the natural world around her. In the midst of the chaos of life, she found solace in the simple act of giving, finding joy in the company of her newfound feathered friends. But just as she began to feel a sense of belonging, a sudden gust of wind swept through the beach, scattering the seagulls into the air like leaves in a storm. Grace watched in dismay as her feathered companions disappeared into the distance, leaving her once again alone with her thoughts. Yet, in that moment of solitude, Grace realized that the true beauty of connection lies not in its permanence, but in its fleeting nature. Like the ebb and flow of the tide, people come and go in our lives, leaving behind traces of themselves in the sands of time. With a renewed sense of purpose, Grace returned home, carrying with her the memory of the seagulls and the lessons they had taught her. And as she gazed out at the vast expanse of the ocean, she knew that she was never truly alone, for the spirit of connection lived on in every wave that kissed the shore.